1984. A year that would go down in history, not just for its political and cultural shifts, but for a revolution in the world of sports and fashion. It was a time when the lines between athletic performance and street style began to blur, creating a new era that would influence generations to come. A pivotal year for basketball. The sport was gaining unprecedented popularity, with games becoming more than just competitions, they were events. The energy in the arenas was electric, and the players were becoming icons, not just for their skills but for their style. A magical year for sneakers. The game was changing, fashion was changing. Sneakers were no longer just functional footwear, they were becoming a symbol of identity and self-expression. The court was a runway, and every player was a model showcasing the latest trends. And on the court, a new era was dawning. Players were warming up in styles that would soon be seen on the streets. The influence of basketball on fashion was undeniable, and it was only growing stronger. Run-DMC was rocking Adidas, bringing street style to the stage. Their bold fashion choices and energetic performances were captivating audiences everywhere. They weren't just musicians, they were trendsetters, and their influence was spreading like wildfire. Their song My Adidas became an anthem. It wasn't just a hit, it was a cultural phenomenon. The lyrics spoke to a generation that was looking for something new, something that represented their lives and their aspirations. Sneakers were no longer just for athletes, they were a statement, a declaration of style, of belonging, of rebellion. On the streets, in schools, at concerts, everywhere you looked, people were wearing their sneakers with pride. Converse, with their iconic Chuck Taylors, had ruled the court for decades. They were the go-to sneaker for athletes and casual wearers alike. Their simple yet timeless design had made them a staple in the world of sports and beyond. But a shift was coming. New brands were emerging, each with their own unique designs and innovations. The sneaker market was becoming more competitive, and consumers were starting to look for something different, something that stood out. A battle for the soul of basketball style was about to begin. Brands were vying for the top spot, each trying to outdo the other with new technologies, bold designs, and high-profile endorsements. The stakes were high and the competition was fierce. Little did anyone know, a single misstep by one brand would change everything. It was a moment that would redefine the sneaker industry, setting the stage for a new era of innovation and style. The year of shell toes was just the beginning of a revolution that would leave an indelible mark on the world of sports and fashion. Adidas was the giant in the room. For decades, they had established themselves as a powerhouse in the world of sports and fashion. Their influence was undeniable and their presence was felt across the globe. They had history, heritage, and the support of legends like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Kareem, with his skyhook and towering presence, was more than just a player. He was an icon, and Adidas was right there with him every step of the way. Their Superstar, with its signature shell toe, was iconic. It wasn't just a shoe, it was a statement. From the basketball courts to the streets, the Superstar became a symbol of style and performance. The German brand was everywhere. From bustling city streets to quiet suburban neighborhoods, Adidas gear was a common sight. Their three stripes were a mark of quality and coolness. On the feet of pros, Adidas shoes were a testament to performance and reliability. Athletes trusted them to deliver, game after game, season after season. In the hands of fans and plastered across billboards, Adidas was more than just a brand, it was a lifestyle. Fans wore their gear with pride, and the brand's advertisements were a constant reminder of their dominance. They were the kings of basketball cool. From the hardwood to the hallways of high schools, Adidas set the standard for what it meant to be stylish and sporty. Nike was the upstart, the underdog nipping at their heels. They were hungry, innovative, and ready to challenge the status quo. With their bold designs and daring marketing, they were quickly making a name for themselves. They had innovation, a rebellious spirit, and a young Michael Jordan waiting in the wings. Jordan, with his unmatched talent and charisma, was the perfect ambassador for Nike's vision of the future. The stage was set for an epic showdown. Adidas, with its rich history and established dominance, versus Nike, the ambitious newcomer with a game-changing star. The battle for supremacy in the world of sports and fashion was about to begin, and the world was watching. Adidas made a decision, a big one. They decided not to offer Michael Jordan a signature shoe deal. They didn't see his potential. They underestimated his star power. Maybe they thought he was just another rookie. Maybe they were too comfortable at the top. Whatever the reason, it would be a mistake that echoed through history. This wasn't just any misstep. This was a stumble that would change the game forever. The door was left wide open, and Nike was ready to walk through it. Nike saw what Adidas didn't. They saw Jordan's charisma, they felt his hunger. They knew he was more than just an athlete, he was an icon in the making. They took a gamble, a calculated risk on a young player with a quiet confidence and a killer instinct. They signed Michael Jordan. And the rest, as they say, is history. They didn't just sign him, they built a brand around him, a brand that embodied his style, his grace, and his relentless pursuit of greatness. Section 5. A star is born. The Air Jordan 1 was born. It wasn't just another sneaker hitting the market, it was a game changer, a disruptor in the world of sports footwear, a revolutionary shoe designed for a revolutionary player. Michael Jordan, a name that would soon become synonymous with greatness, needed a shoe that could match his unparalleled talent and charisma on the court. It was bold, it was brash, and it broke all the rules. The design was unlike anything seen before, with its striking red, black, and white colorway that demanded attention and respect. The NBA tried to ban it. They claimed it violated their uniform policy, a policy that had never been challenged in such a way before. They said it violated their uniform policy. It didn't matter. The controversy only fueled the fire, making the Air Jordan 1 even more desirable. The more they tried to stop it, the more people wanted it. The public's fascination grew, and soon the Air Jordan 1 became a must-have item, a symbol of rebellion and individuality. The Air Jordan 1 wasn't just a shoe, it was a statement, a declaration of style and confidence. It represented a new era in sports and fashion. It was a cultural phenomenon. It transcended sport. People from all walks of life embraced the Air Jordan 1, wearing it not just on the basketball court, but in everyday life, making it a staple of streetwear culture. It became a symbol of aspiration, a badge of cool. Young athletes looked up to Michael Jordan and saw the Air Jordan 1 as a piece of his magic, something that could bring them closer to their dreams. Michael Jordan's performances on the court only added to the allure. Every dunk, every game-winning shot, every moment of brilliance was a testament to the power of the Air Jordan 1. Over the years, the Air Jordan 1 evolved, with new colorways and designs keeping the legacy alive. People began customizing their pairs, adding their personal touch to a shoe that was already a canvas of creativity. Sneaker culture grew, and the Air Jordan 1 was at the heart of it. Collectors and enthusiasts would gather at conventions, showcasing their prized possessions and sharing stories of how they acquired their first pair. For many, the Air Jordan 1 was more than just footwear. It was a source of inspiration, a reminder that with hard work and determination, they too could achieve greatness. The legacy of the Air Jordan 1 continues to this day. It remains a symbol of excellence, a testament to the enduring impact of Michael Jordan and the revolutionary shoe that started it all. A star was truly born, and its light continues to shine brightly, inspiring generations to come. Section 6. The Air Jordan Effect. The impact was immediate. Kids wanted to be like Mike. They wanted to wear what he wore. They wanted to fly through the air like he did. The Air Jordan brand exploded. It wasn't just about basketball anymore. It was about music, fashion, and a whole new generation defining their own style. Nike had tapped into something special. They had created a movement. And at the heart of it all was Michael Jordan, the ultimate competitor, the ultimate icon.
I feel nauseous, believe me.
Section 7. Adidas plays catch-up. Adidas tried to respond. They signed young stars, they released new designs, but the damage was done. Nike had captured the imagination of a generation. They had Jordan, they had the shoes, they had the momentum, and they weren't letting go. The basketball world had shifted on its axis. The underdog had become the alpha, and the brand with the 3 stripes was left playing catch-up. Section 8. Nike's enduring legacy. Nike's gamble had paid off. They had taken a chance on a young Michael Jordan, and it had changed everything. They became the undisputed kings of basketball. But it wasn't just about basketball. It was about building a brand that resonated with a generation, a brand that stood for something more than just shoes. It was about aspiration, about pushing boundaries, and about believing in the power of sport to inspire and unite. Section 9. The rivalry continues. The rivalry between Nike and Adidas continues to this day. It's a battle for supremacy, for innovation, and for the hearts and minds of athletes and fans around the world. But in 1984, a line was drawn in the sand. A single decision, a single misstep, changed the landscape of basketball forever. And it all started with a young Michael Jordan and a belief in the power of a dream that took flight and soared to unimaginable heights.